Hey, Chris, interesting. I mean, while we're part of the franchisor, what everybody doesn't know is you just purchased a place as a franchisee.
Right.
And so you are also a proprietor of one of these.
That's right.
You might kind of want to share with, why you would like to be a proprietor. I mean, you do all kind of other things. What is it that kind of makes this fun and unique for you as a proprietor of one of the clubs?
Well, it's I think what draws me to it is what would draw anyone to it, which is it's my place, it's my club. And I'm not here all the time, of course, but it's a place where I can come for an hour or so after work. I can come here on the weekends if I want. It's a place where I can engage my members socially. Make sure they're taken care of, make sure they're having the kind of quality experience that I want them to have. For me, though, there's also a very pragmatic reason for it, which is, Tony and I are commercial bankers. We finance commercial property all around the country for business owners and entrepreneurs. That's who we like to deal with. And many years ago, I did something that very few commercial bankers do, which is I actually used our primary loan product because I kind of put my money where my mouth is. And that's one of those things that people actually appreciate that. And I felt like with this concept, I had to do the same thing. And to actually know what the ins and outs, the daily ins and outs for a franchisee would be and what the experience is like for a franchisee.
But it's also good as a passive investor, too.
Oh, no question.
So you don't have to be here full-time. People can take it and be a full-time proprietor. Or somebody.
Or you can be an absentee owner, which is effectively what I am.
Which is kind of unusual today. I know y'all do a lot of financing of franchises and stuff, and that's unusual.
It is very unusual, and for the same reason, it makes just a great second business for folks. Which is why I think many professionals, people with whether they work in corporate America or they're a dentist, a chiropractor, what have you, this is going to be something that they're very attracted to as an additional source of income and a fun thing. I mean, Tony and I have had this experience for years, where, and we've all heard about it. The guy gets a little bit of money and he wants to go and open a restaurant, and it's really, if you dig in there, the reason he wants to own the restaurant is because he wants a place to hang out with his buddies. Well, he knows nothing about the restaurant business. That's kind of a complicated business. A lot of health regulations, you got spoilage issues and all that other stuff. And inevitably, he goes belly up in 12 months because he had no clue and he gave away too much free food and he didn't know how to work it. Well, that same urge to do that, I think, would be very appealing for our club concept here, Kennedy's, for somebody to look into that. And the key thing is, you don't have to be a licensed barber to own one of these. In fact, it's probably better if you don't. If you're just kind of the club manager, you're the professional manager of the place, the host. That's what really works well. In fact, every single one of our franchisees right now, as you know, not a single one of them are barbers. Which
you say you can be the host. I think it's interesting that, as we've looked at a lot of franchise concepts, not only in researching this, but in your financing, and then as Jack and I actually create franchises from scratch a lot. A lot of franchises, you end up. People are excited because they want to go into business for themselves, but they really end up just buying themselves a job. And so what I like so much about this concept is that you can buy a club and you can run it, and it's a great thing to run if you'd like to. And my wife wouldn't want me at home all day, so I'd run a club. But if you want to grow with it and maybe open some more clubs, it's something you can do as either a passive investor or a passive owner, where you don't have to be there all the time, and it's not just a little better than minimum wage job, which a lot of these franchises are. There's so much money to get involved in. I was just appalled when I looked at some of the restaurants that I thought would have been great numbers because of what I heard they were charging for. You're just buying yourself a okay job.
Right.